of this Shabbat day. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us give thanks to Yahweh, the Elohim of our forefathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Jacob, who followed only Yahweh's way. Hallelujah. Let us give thanks to Yahweh for our foremothers who bore the people of Israel. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for our leader and teacher, Ha-Nasi Zipporah ben Zabulon. Torah Yah for giving you the strength to endure and lead the congregation of Shema Yisrael. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for the son of Ha-Nasi Zipporah, Prince Nathaniel ben Zabulon. Torah Yah for your wisdom and encouragement. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for Prince Nathaniel ben Lewi, the leader of SOG. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for uniting me with my Ish, my fire, Yahdar ben Yah, Elion ben Yehuda. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for the life of my Abba and Ima. Torah Yah for the life of your Abba and Ima. For without them, we wouldn't be here. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for the elders. Torah Yah for the teachers. Torah Yah for the chiefmen. Torah Yah for the men. Torah Yah for the women. Torah Yah for the children. Torah Yah for the future generations to come. Hallelujah. Please turn to Psalms 92. Hallelujah. It is a good thing to give thanks to Jehovah and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings and upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, O Jehovah, hast made me glad through thy works. I will triumph in the works of thy hand. O Jehovah, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this, that when the wicked spring up as grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Jehovah, art most high forevermore. For lo, thy enemies, O Jehovah, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of an wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eyes also shall see the desire of my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Jehovah shall flourish in the courts of our power. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Jehovah is upright. To show that Jehovah is upright. He is our rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah. Please turn to Psalms 125. Hallelujah. They that trust in Jehovah shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so is Jehovah round about his people from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Jehovah, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside unto their crooked ways, Jehovah shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. Hallelujah. Please turn to Deuteronomy 6:4-15. Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Jehovah is our power, Jehovah is one. And thou shalt love Jehovah thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. And these words which are commanded thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when Jehovah thy power shall have brought thee into the land, which he swore unto thy fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things, which thou fillest not, and wells digged, which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees, which thou planted not. When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware, lest thou forget Jehovah, who brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear Jehovah thy power and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods, or the gods of the people who are round about you. For Jehovah thy power is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of Jehovah thy power be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Again, Torah Yah for this blessed day. Torah Yah for all that can hear my voice. Torah Yah for those that are in deep prayer at this moment. Torah Yah for our lives. Torah Yah for being with us. Please be with those in mourning. Please give those strength who are suffering from mental illness. Please be with our children. Please be with our elders. Torah Yah for those who paved the way before us. I'm so thankful for all that they have done for us. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Shalom again. Today, what I would like to get into is a little part or different sections of the portion, Yakel, and it means and gathered together. So if we can go together to Exodus 35 or Shemot 35, and we're going to start at verse 1. So I'm in the book of Shemot, Exodus chapter 35, and I'm going to read verses 1 to 2. Hallelujah. Then Moshe assembled all the congregation of the sons of Israel and said to them, these are the things that Jehovah has commanded you to do. For 6 days work may be done, but on the 7th day you shall have a holy day, a Shabbat of complete rest to Jehovah. Whoever does any work on it shall be put to death. Hallelujah. So as anyone has seen teachings I've done before, what I've been doing is very close reading. And that's just something I've been incorporating in my life to fully understand the Torah a little better. So in that first sentence, it says, Moshe assembled all the congregation of the sons of Israel. And I just want to make it clear that when it states the sons of Israel, it is also pertaining to the women. And I will show that later on in the portion also, but I want us to be clear. And throughout this talk that I'm giving today, this evening, I will be mentioning ants a lot. Because if we read Mishlei or Proverbs 6:6, it says, look to the way of the ants. So we will know how to flow and how to do what we have to do. So as we know, the way our society works is the man is the head. And so you talk to the head. And once again, I'm related to ants in a way. There are scientists that study ants. And what they say is that when ants are digging tunnels or when they're trying to escape any danger, about 30% of the colony does 70% of the work. And we always think of worker ants, worker ants. All the ants are busy working, but what is it saying? It's saying they say 30% of the ants are doing 70% of the work. And the reason is because they don't want to be crowded as they're trying to escape, or they're trying to find these tunnels, or they're building magnificent structures. So there's an efficiency that has to happen, and not everyone is being required to do certain things. I'm gonna keep going. So these are the things that Jehovah has commanded you to do. For 6 days, work may be done. And a lot of times we jump straight to the Shabbat because we know the Shabbat is our sign. And we see at the end of these two verses, I shall be put to death. So you focus on the thing that you will be put to death for, not observing that Shabbat. But I want us to go up a little and focus on the 6 days work may be done or shall be done. Because we are commanded also to work those 6 days. And the fact that the portion starts with us being mandated to work, to me exemplifies what this portion is pretty much about. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next slide. So we're gonna continue, we're gonna jump down to Shemot, Exodus 35:10. Hallelujah. And all wise-hearted among you shall come and make all that has commanded Jehovah. Then I'm going to jump to 21. And came everyone whose heart was stirred and everyone whose spirit was willing. They brought offerings of Jehovah for the work of the tabernacle of meeting, for all its service, for the holy garments. And they came, the men, along with women, as many as had a willing heart. Hallelujah. So I'm going to go back to 35:10. And what word stuck out to me was wise, and all wise-hearted people. And this portion is talking about the building of the tabernacle. And there's so many pieces that are needed, from threads to gold, bronze, silver, to the building of it, curtains. All types of things are needed. And these people that are able to construct it are said to be wise. And sometimes we just look at those that are knowledgeable in maybe Torah, that those are the only wise people. But to me, it shows that there's an array, there's a spectrum of wisdom, and all things fall under it when you master it. But in the next, from 21 to 22, the words that stuck out again were willing. Everyone whose spirit was willing. You didn't need to be coerced. No one had to threaten you. This is something you were willing to do with all your heart, soul, and might. And once again, as I talked about earlier, the sons of Israel, it wasn't just the men that came. The men, along with the women who had willing hearts, came and gave their wisdom towards the building of the tabernacle. Hallelujah. So now if you jump down, if you're reading from your Torah, or if you can read on the screen, I'm at Shemot, or Exodus 35:30 to 35. Hallelujah. And said Moshe to the sons of Israel, see, call Jehovah by name Betzalel, son of Uri, the son of Kor, of the tribe of Yehudah. And he has filled him with the spirit of Elohim, with wisdom and understanding and in knowledge and all manner of work, and to design artistic works, to work in gold, silver, and bronze, and in cutting jewels for setting, and in carving wood, and to work in all manner of artistic work, and to teach. He has put the ability in his heart. Him and Haliab, son of Akisamek, of the tribe of Dan. He has filled them with wisdom of heart to do work of all manner, the engraver and the designer and the tapestry maker in blue, purple, and yarn, scarlet, and fine linen, and of the weaver, those who do every work, and those who design artistic works. Hallelujah. So as I said in these verses, I'm going to go and try to do a little deep, close reading. So as I'm reading in the beginning, we know Betzalel was called to do all this work. This is like a master engineer. A master engineer. And then he is the son of Uri. So I started to wonder, usually, you know, you have great men that have certain abilities. You wonder who their fathers are and what did they must have got this from somewhere, right? So I'm starting to look for Uri, and I really haven't seen that name throughout the Torah, and it's not really present besides when it's referring to his son. And when I start to look at the name Uri, which comes from the word or, which means light. So for instance, I know my children, when we watch, say, Sesame Street, Hebrew Sesame Street, and they say in Israel, most likely when you talk to someone, you say Boker Tov or Boker Tov, they will respond to you Boker Or. So good morning, good light. So Or means light. And his father's name is light, refers to light. Fire, however, is light. And I started to think of a movie, Queen Katwe. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's a sister by the name of Fiona Mutisi. And she is from Uganda. And she was a master chess player. So in the movie, her Ima didn't really believe in her abilities because she's worrying about just putting food on the table. But one day when her Ima finally understood the gift her daughter had and the abilities that she had might be able to get them out of the situation they were in, she used the money if I'm remembering right, she used the money that she acquired and bought her daughter candles. So that the daughter said for her to compete with everyone else, she needed to stay up longer. She just needed more training. So her Ima bought her candles and lit them at night so that she can see and keep progressing in her works. So to me, that must have been what he provided for his son, or what Uri provided for Betzalel. And I'm, once again, just stretching and assuming, but sometimes we think, if I'm not that master builder, what am I contributing? And if I cannot do this, or if I cannot do that, how can I contribute? And just by being a wonderful father, by being a wonderful mother, you are making a great contribution to the nation. And I just wanted to put that out there, that is a work. Being a full-time mom or dad or Ima, Abba, Imi, Abi, that is serious in itself. And when you put that spirit into that child, that you can do whatever you want to do, and you help them through that, and you show them the light, You show them how to get through that tunnel. That's a blessing, and that's wisdom also. And if we go down and we also look at Oliab, who also would help in the making of the tabernacle, his Abba was another name that I never seen before. And then when you break down, his name is Aki, which is brother, and Samak, which is like support. So it's that brotherly support, it's that help that you need from your parents to progress. And we need to make sure as parents that when we see the skills that our children have, we are that light that tell them that they can do it. We are that support that helps them. Some people, when you're in teaching, we call it scaffolds, and you're helping them reach that desired destination or build a massive structure. So you're giving them the supports they need. So I just wanted to iterate that. And something else from this section is they will teach. So when you've acquired that skill, it's important for it not to die with you. You teach someone else so they can continue on with what you have taught them and even build on it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So another verse I will go to is in Shemot, chapter 36, verses 5 through 6. Hallelujah. And they spoke to Moshe, saying, much more the people bring than enough for the service of the work which commanded Jehovah to do. So Moshe gave a charge, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, man nor woman, neither let do any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. Now, hallelujah. So it's rare to hear any time someone tell you no more work is needed. And it just shows how much we were willing to build the sanctuary. And that willingness to make the structure happen is magnificent. And that all that could gave as much as they could. And what it also shows that our forefathers weren't greedy. That they didn't say, keep bring more, and we're just going to store it up somewhere in the back or underground in the sanctuary just to hold on just in case. When it was enough, it was enough. And that was fine. Hallelujah. So I'm going to ask you a question or 3 questions. When did the people of Israel acquire their wisdom of all manner of work? Where did they acquire this wisdom and why? So the first question, when did the people of Israel acquire their wisdom? And I hope some of you are answering, thinking, talking about it in your households, talking about it online. And I think there's basically 3 answers for that. As soon as the Most High commanded this to be done, that spirit, that ruach that comes from the Most High could have just been implanted with you and you knew, okay, it's time. I just have the spirit and I can do this work. Also, could have been on the journey that you're developing these skills because now you're dependent on no one but yourself. You're independent. So you have to provide. And so you have to make tapestry for yourself. You have to weave. You have to do all these things for yourself so you might acquire these skills on this walk, on this journey in the wilderness. And another answer is when they were in Mitzrayim in Egypt, they acquired some of these skills. And instead of picking one answer, I'm going to say all 3. I believe in Egypt, they had to utilize these skills for survival and also for things they just love to do also. When they had time, this is what I love to do, and I'm practicing, and became my habit. It became my, your work. So I believe in Egypt, they acquired that skill, and that wisdom was implanted by the Most High, because the Most High knows what He is going to perform. I also believe on the wilderness, on the walk, they also acquired some more, and that initiative was enhanced because you're now dependent on each other and yourself. And most importantly, the Most High for all things and everything. And then also, I believe some people were implanted with the desire and the spirit to learn. So they joined up with those that were master teachers. So I believe all three happened, and different reasons why it happened. So I take and I look at Egypt, Mitzrayim, as our situation currently. So I'm asking you, what is your wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and manner of work that you can teach? So I'll ask again, what is your wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and manner of work that you can teach? And there's all, if you saw the little cartoonist kind of pictures in the previous slide, there's all manners of work that we need. Even in building the tabernacle, there were so many intricate parts that needed specialized work, that there's so much we need. If you really look at your basic life, from the time you rise to the time you lay down, or from the time you lay down to the time you rise, you need a bed to sleep in, you need some cushions, you need a pillow, you need some pajamas, you need an electrician, you need an alarm clock, you need, I mean, the list could go on and on, a toothbrush. There's so many aspects of our life that we need, and we can get them from each other. And something I've been meditating on myself is, what should I give? What is my wisdom, understanding, and knowledge and manner of work that I can teach to others? And sometimes you don't know. And I heard More say some words, and I kind of adapted this, if you want to call it a chant. It's something you can meditate on, and I'll read what pertains to me, and you can read what pertains to you. But it states, I am on my return. I am on my return. I am a princess. I am a princess, the daughter of the Most High. The daughter of the Most High. The Torah in me is alive. The Torah in me is alive. I contain a collective benefit towards our serenity. Again, I contain a collective benefit towards our serenity. And I will hope that this will help somebody. And I think the more you try to commune with the Most High and go into deep thought, that the Most High will start to guide and provide and show you the ways in what you can do. And things that you in yourself can master. And like I said before, there's an array of things we can do. But most importantly, being a support, a light to our children, to being master engineers, mathematicians, scientists, electricians, plumbers, chefs, all aspects of our life. We need each other for them. And sometimes we beat up ourselves at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60. You think you should be there and you should have mastered something already. But I want us to remember the examples the Most High gave us. Abraham, when the Most High called Abraham, he was 75 years old. When the Most High called Moshe to this task of getting us out of bondage, Moshe was 80 years old. I heard something Denzel Washington said recently, or not recently, but I heard it online where he stated he's a 20-year overnight success. Again, he stated he's a 20-year overnight success. And how I interpret that is we look at the achievements of people and be like, wow, that was quick. But sometimes we don't think back to, or we don't know. We don't think back, or we just don't know the struggles that person went through and the time period of just being taught and trying something and getting your feet wet in it and learning more and correcting your mistakes and being more masterful in it until you could profess it. You know, you go to a bachelor's degree. When I think of my education, bachelor's, once you finish your bachelor's degree, quite honestly, you still know limited information. You have limited knowledge. Not to discredit a bachelor's degree, but it's still limited knowledge. Then you move on and you study a little bit more, and then you acquire a master's degree. It looks as if you would mastered a concentration. And let's be clear, we concentrate on something. And I think that was so magnificent of what the Most High did, and it was so special, the building of the tabernacle. Recently, and if you're hearing what I'm saying, I'm stating many names because the Black History Month so-called just left. But I'm trying to inject as many names of people that are paving the way or have paved the way for us as I can. But I recently went to a lecture, I guess if you want to call it that, and Jumaane Williams was talking. And as you know, he just got elected as public advocate in New York. And he stated that he's trying to fight crime or police brutality on our youngsters in areas that they have targeted in so-called high crime areas. And he said the correlation, and if you really start to look at different aspects of history, the correlation of crime or terrorism and things of that sort is because those people in the communities do not have jobs. Once again, they do not have jobs. What the Most High did with this tabernacle was set up a system of employment. He put people to work. And the work wasn't just for any type of pay. You got paid by the contributing and giving a place so that the Most High can dwell with you. That's the ultimate pay. For the Most High to actually be in your midst, money cannot, jewels, anything cannot compare to that. So people go and they specialize in one area. Back to the college, they specialize in one area. And what we did was specialize in one area together. And what I noticed, if you keep going beyond this portion, is that the tabernacle was ready on the first day. On the first day of the first month in the second year. So therefore, in 1 year, we collectively work together like ants in a colony in which not everyone, but those that were willing and that could and had that ruach from the Most High placed in them, put forth their hand to produce. And from there, we're going to encounter other problems and issues. You always will. But it's how can we learn how to work together and make this thing work. And then once you have mastered something, right, you get your master's degree, you become, and you want to continue on with your schooling, you become a professor, but that professorship has a lot of duties. So I'm in school and my professors are talking to me about the things that they have to do. And what's crazy is that they don't get paid very well, but they love the work that they're doing. It is, their heart is, it's just compelled to do it. And so they are required to publish books so those books can circulate so more people can learn. They're required to conduct classes so that more people can learn. And they're required, not just that, to give their works to other scholars so that they can look at those works and say, yes, that was suitable, or you need to fix that a little bit, or you need to research this, or I read something that I can recommend to you. And they have to be willing to hear that feedback incorporated and give a better body of work. So just that line will show how we need to move. And I believe we need to learn the basics, start to master something, be a professor where you can teach it, no matter what that may be. And to me, that's what this portion is showing us, that all manner of work can be embedded with you for you to be an independent, sovereign people. And as long as the Most High is with you, he will implant that in you, and you have no worries, no fears, because all that you need, you get from each other. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let me say this before I go into the Psalms. I also was learning about this week, I was learning about the first president of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta. And he started out as a carpenter. And he stated something, and I'm paraphrasing, but that independence is hard work. I'll say it again. Independence is hard work. And we look at the portion, and sometimes at the beginning, it talks about the Shabbat and talks about you ceasing. But when, just for instance, I'm thinking of myself, when people look at me and they don't say, wow, I don't know how you do it. How do you cease one day a week? I don't get that. I get, how do you do it with the amount of children you have? How do you work and do these things? How do you find the time to do this? How do you find the time to do that? How can you still complete this task? I think we have to realize, or we all need to see that work demonstrates you as Israel. That work shows who you are. That work is necessary for your independence. And many of times, and this is just me, and I'm talking to myself, you think the struggle. How can I escape the struggle? How can I figure out my life to make it move more smoother? 1 second, Shalom. Sorry, it's a little accident. And we're trying to figure out how to ease up things on our life. But we have to realize that our independence takes hard work. It takes very hard work. And I want to thank those that came before us to pave the way, and they put in hard work. I want to thank those teachers that do this Torah, and I'm a novice, and they've been doing this for years. And they show examples of how you can dissect it and get so much from it. And I thank the Most High for them. I thank the Most High for the women that had to be on point and had to know this Torah backwards and forwards so that even I can sit here this day and speak on it. So Torah Yah for that strength you gave. I'm really thankful for all that come into my life that show an example and that help us along the way. Hallelujah. So I'm at Psalms 19, verse 7 through 14. Hallelujah. The law of Yahweh is perfect, refreshing the soul. The statutes of Yahweh are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of Yahweh are right, giving joy to the heart. The commandments of Yahweh are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of Yahweh is pure, enduring forever. The decrees of Yahweh are firm, and all of them are righteous. They are more precious than gold. They are much pure gold. They're much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the honeycomb. By them your servant is warned. In keeping them there is great reward. But who can discern their own errors? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Yahweh, my rock, your rock, and our Redeemer. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And before I say a closing prayer, I wanted to do this PowerPoint and not my face because, like I said before, I go to these ants to find my way. And I recently read that the ants cannot hear. They're deaf, according to what scientists think. And what they do is feel the vibrations of those that live together in their colony. And I ask that we try to do that a little bit more and not hear the words that are being said to us all the time, or just looking at a person based on how they look on their outwardly appearance, but really feel them, feel that vibration, and ask, can we move together? Can we move together in one unit? Seeing these fire ants that build these massive, like if water's about to come down on them, they form a unit where they all bond together and they just start floating. So there's no way for them to drown. There's no way for these little teeny creatures to drown in massive amounts of water that come down in the rainforest in South America, which is where they supposedly originated. And what's crazy with these fire ants is that they're now terrorizing people in Israel. So please, let's feel each other's vibration, feel each other's energy, listen closely to your brother and sister. Sometimes we're in pain, but we smile and we look good, but we're hurting and we need support. Sometimes we look down, we're not dressed in the best, we're not speaking the most eloquently, but it's wisdom in those hearts. So start feeling the vibrations of those that live together with you, that you should want to dwell with, because our goal is to build together. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So I will say a final prayer. Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad, V'ahavta et Yehovah Hika Ikalibaka ubika nefeshka ubika modeka. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh is thy power, Yahweh is one. We should love Yahweh with all thy heart, all thy soul, all thy might. Toda Yah for this blessed day. Toda Yah for my family. Toda Yah for all things and everything. Toda Yah for your family. Toda Yah for all that has been provided to us. Toda Yah for the wisdom that you have embedded in us. And I pray that you will help it spread and grow. Toda Yah for our youth, that we have children that are strong and that can go out in this world and come back home safe and still strong-minded and heart, thankful and happy and excited for the Shabbat day. That's such a beautiful thing, and I thank you the Most High for that. Toda Yah for the life of our elders that have paved the way for us. Toda Yah for the different congregations that unite people no matter how you unite. There's over 12,000 different varieties of ants, but they gather together and do what they're supposed to do together. Thank you for those different congregations, and I pray that you move according to what the Most High has ordained for you to do. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Torah Yah for the life of my Ish. May he be safe in all that he does. Torah Yah. Torah Yah for the teachers, for showing us how to read, how to learn, how to incorporate into our lives and how to move forward. Torah Yah for the women of Yisrael, for we are pillars, for we are beautiful. Torah Yah for letting us know what our worth. Torah Yah for the men, for the sons, for the people of Yisrael. Together we make a family. Together as we grow with our wisdom, form a nation. Torah Yah for all things and everything. Torah Yah for the ability. Torah Yah for eternity. Torah Yah for all things and everything. Hallelujah. 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 I pray that you all have a blessed Shabbat day. I pray that any error I had, it is my own and is not imparted upon you. Toda Yah for giving us the strength to come together and observe the blessed Shabbat day. May I see some of you in the morning. Shalom.